So this is a system which I work for my for our project, and it's a security system. Here you can enter your user ID and the password, and when you hit login, you can log into the page. Okay. So if
So
you want to go back,
the use, sorry.
yeah. So if you want to log system, so you can log out through here with the right.
Okay.
Okay. So after when you log in, if you this is the dashboard of the system, right? If you want to see one, you can click on it and you can view it detail. Okay. So through this one, you can go to the map to see the map. Here with the red color, it shows dangerous area, uh, and with the green color, you can see the safe areas. Okay.
Yep.
So when you go to the safety tips, there are some safety tips and the link for the government safety informations. And for visitors, we are generating a ID because of the COVID situation. Okay, you have to enter your name, contact number, address, email, and a valid reason. If the reason is valid, if the reason is, if it's a good one, we will provide an ID, or else we will reject. Okay. So after you enter, fill this information, and when you hit submit, we will generate your ID. Okay. So if you need any help with this page, you can hit help and go for it. And yeah, that's all. So this is the dashboard. You can go to the dashboard through, and here you will receive alert informations, and here you have the date and the map and the weekly activity of visitors, and the number of notifications, and the number of areas uh, visited by the visitors, and reports. So if you want to test this one, I can give a chance. Can I send you the prototype link?
You could hold on. If you could share your screen again, I could probably request control of your screen and interact with it that way.
Okay. Sure. Can you see it now?
Mm, okay, so it looks like I don't have. Okay, no, I actually just got an option to request control. You should see it pop up on your screen now. Okay. So I am a security person, is that right?
Yeah.
Can you go back from this? Okay, no worries. So I'd have to enter my username and password and log in. And this is the dashboard that I see. And okay, so first impressions, in terms of the aesthetic of the application, I think you could do with a bit more consistency. Like this element, for example. Oh, something happened. Something kind of zoomed in. Never mind. So this element here, for example, the alert box, it looks quite different to a lot of other elements on screen. So I'd like to see, as a user of this system, a bit an interface that's a bit more visually refined, I guess. But yeah, this the dashboard seems to have a lot of shortcuts to places, to other places of the application, so that's pretty good. So I'm guessing the next tab would be notifications.
So, dashboard, visitor form, map, and safety tips.
Okay. Visitors form. All right, so the visitors form, it looks like this, I need to fill this in when there's a visitor to the campus to like give them approval to the visitor, give them approval, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. I take it that this is all necessary for contact tracing, so that's pretty good. Yeah, one thing I'd do is the list of buildings on campus could potentially be a lot larger than this. I mean, there's definitely a lot more buildings on campus. So maybe, so I'd imagine that if all buildings on campus were listed in this checkbox interface, I'd maybe have a hard time finding what I want. So maybe I'd have some sort of search option here so that I can find a building quickly. But yeah, other than that, this seems fine. You mentioned that when I submit this request, it needs to be, okay, so please tap on the ID card reader using a visitor ID card and hand over to the visitor. Do you want to, I'm not 100% sure what this is in reference to. Would you be able to let me know?
So, I have one more thing. Visitors are allowed for a limited number of buildings. They cannot visit every building in the university because of the COVID situation.
Okay, so this is just a small like subsection of buildings that visitors are allowed to visit. All right, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay. Yep, that seems fine. I'm guessing there's some sort of integration between the ID card and the
Is
ID card reader that
yeah, not for the
that
visitor.
identifies. Sorry, what was that? I was saying that I was guessing that there'd be some sort of association between the ID card and this form. But yeah, that seems fine, I guess. This form's generally okay. It's quite straightforward. Yeah. Yeah, the help option isn't applicable. No worries. The map. One sec. It's still loading. Yeah. I mean, this is pretty straightforward as well. When I click on a hotspot, it lets me know the number of users allowed and the number of users in the building. Yep, that makes sense. And I'm guessing the two of these are to specify where you want to go.
Yeah.
So would that be as a security guard where the route that I should take? Is that what this is?
Yes.
Makes sense. Yeah, is there anything else clickable here?
Yeah. Next.
Looks safety tips. Yep, that's good. One thing I'd maybe change is, so as a security guard, I'd open the safety tips website, this webpage rather, to simply understand, or rather just refer to these telephone numbers. I wouldn't want to. So I think to get to the telephone number, you've got to read through a lot of stuff. So maybe if the telephone numbers were a bit more prominent, they would be this would be a bit more usable, because I mean it's after all the telephone numbers that I'm interested in this UI, because I mean as a security guard I know that this is where I'd go to find telephone numbers. So yeah, if it could be made a little bit more prominent, maybe in some sort of table, I'm guessing, or something like that, that would be pretty good. Yeah, and it's good that you have like a link to emergency protective measures. That's very good. I can understand how useful that could be. And then I guess the login option, the logout option rather, which takes you back. Yep. So this is pretty straightforward. I'd still prefer to see a bit more consistent of a UI. So something in which like the elements are consistent and whatnot. Oh, wait a second. How did I switch to this view? Because I wasn't. Was it via the sidebar then?
When you hit this one, you can go to the.
Are you here?
Yeah.
Oh, is
Through
it via the
if you click,
activity of visitors?
yeah, through the dashboard, if you click the map, you can go to the map page, or if you want to visit the weekly activity of visitors, you can just hit here and you can get briefed either of it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, this is pretty straightforward. It's very good. I mean, yeah, this is pretty good. What's this alert box about? I'm not sure what this is. It looks a bit out of place. But yeah, other than that, pretty straightforward. Anything else?
That's all.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Are you impressed with the prototype system?
It looks pretty usable. I mean, it could do with a bit more refinement, the UI in general. But I think as far as the functionality is concerned, it's a very functional user interface. So it's got links to all associated functionality, and the visitors form is pretty intuitive. It's generally pretty intuitive, yeah. So it's pretty good. I still think what it lacks is like a bit of visual refinement, but other than that, yeah, it's pretty good.
All right then. Any other feedback?
Um, that's pretty much all, really. I noticed that there are a couple of options here that I can't quite click because probably they're not made yet.
Yeah.
Like alerts, notifications, main settings, and integrations. So I'd love to have seen what's in those pages. But I mean, yeah. Otherwise, it's pretty well thought out.
All right then, Randall. Thank you so much for your valuable time.
You're welcome.
All right then. See you tomorrow
Goodbye
then.
then, and good night. Yep,
Yes.
it's tomorrow.